You ever heard a song that you think is really shit? A song that makes you wonder how did that become a hit? Sometimes you need to hear a discussion about that in regular podcast format. Well, there's a lot of bad songs that we're gonna attack. 1,001 steaming piles of crap. I'm telling you the truth, you know that we don't lie. Here's 1,001 songs that make you wanna die. Oh.
And now, here's your hosts, Zav, Bevo, Dan, and Gypsy.
This is 1,001 Songs That Make You Want to Die, the podcast where we discuss songs so bad they make you want to crazy glue your nipples to the latest SpaceX rocket to be launched and have them ripped from your naked body and leaves Earth's orbit.
Specifically that.
Yeah. You know. We've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we are doing Enter Sandman by Metallica. They're back. Fucking Metallica's back. We've got, as always, Dan Southern. He's here.
G'day.
There he is. Bevo.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good stuff. Mad Dog.
Good evening.
And who the fuck is back? Celebrating Penrith's glorious grand final win, James Colley.
Thank you. This is part of the agreement. They take the premiership and I get to come back on here.
Yeah. Everyone's winning. Yeah. I'll tell you what, the last time you were on, Robert Palmer really fucking, he copped it. He copped it. And we did say, because I think there was some friendly sort of scores for it, and you gave us a challenge to say, I'd like a score audit next time I come on.
Okay.
I want you to tell me now that you've heard it, the podcast came out, we've all listened to it. Do you stick by your scores? What do you reckon, Bevo? Do you stick by your score of Doctor, or the diseases that Robert Palmer was spreading?
What did I give it? I can't remember. Do you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just vibe it.
Sure.
Vibe it.
I'm still the same
Yes, he
me
sticks with it.
6 months ago. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. What do you think of it, Southern? You went on that one.
Nah, I
You
wasn't.
were dead.
I was, yeah, which is unfortunate. Well, was unfortunate for me,
Yeah.
but I'm back.
Yeah, that's.
Hell didn't
You
want
like
him.
that song?
What song was it again? Robert Palmer.
Doctor, Bad Case of Loving You.
No, I don't like that song
Yeah,
at all.
All right. Okay.
See, this is the kind of backup I needed last time.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's why he's back from the dead.
I thought a
Yeah.
score audit was going to be like a little retrospective where we go back and like reminisce about our
That
favourite.
sounds like I would have to do a lot of work, a lot of going through a back
Like
catalogue of something I'm really
the
not
TV
interested
show when
in
they
doing.
can't get an episode together, so they do like a clip show and it catches you up.
Yeah.
I feel like The Simpsons and Seinfeld are the only ones
fully.
that have ever done that.
Remember when Lost was the rage? I watched maybe 2 episodes of the first season of Lost, and then
Wait,
I left
Lost
it.
didn't do a clip show.
They sure did, because I tuned back
Spoiler
in 10
alert.
years later or whenever, and it was the clip show, and I was so lucky to catch that one because it caught me up.
It really caught me up. Have you ever
Every
been-
show should have a clip show.
Have you been involved with a clip show, Polly?
I've never done a clip show because I do topical news, and that would be fucking hard to do. Previously in the economy.
Remember when John Howard was Prime Minister?
I'd watch that. Yeah, Channel 7 did it all the time.
Whoa!
I would fucking love that. I would get to dust off all the gear I wrote 10 years ago. It's
You're
been
like-
sitting in the drawer.
I'm back
yeah.
with all the latest from the global financial crisis.
Speaking of clips, though, I cannot get enough of the fucking clip of John Howard doing the Gumby cricket bowl.
It's maybe one of the
Yeah.
greatest pieces of footage in Australian history.
Yeah.
John Howard bowling.
How good is it?
What a bouncer.
Although the only thing about Howard that's aged well, I reckon, it's not him, but it is the tracksuits. Like the tracksuits you could flog for serious coin right now because they've come back into style.
Yeah, those jogging tracksuits were they were fire.
Yeah, look, perhaps he's a war criminal, but the man had a dress sense.
Stop the boat, I say. Now, Zav, Zav,
Who?
he used to host. He used to be a co-host on this podcast, but he died. Which
fuck.
is unfortunate but hilarious.
A moment too soon.
Because should I tell you how he died?
I'd love to know.
Okay. Fatally stabbed in the chest by a beach umbrella blown by a strong wind.
Well,
Those
that's a
pointy
classic
ended
case of... Yeah, he shouldn't have been standing there.
Not a strong wind.
Well, that's the problem. He wasn't on a beach at the time, poor bastard. He was in a rainforest, but the wind was really strong.
Yeah.
Fucking
I was going to say,
umbrellas!
the tragic part of that is that he lives in Canberra.
Yeah.
So
It's quite the wind.
That's because I was sharpening my umbrella on my whetstone from earlier.
They say that everyone who lives in Canberra dies 2 deaths.
one very slow
One's
one.
moving there in the first place.
Exactly. From
soul-
on arrival.
Your soul normally goes first. Yeah. And then the body follows. Okay. Enter Sandman by Metallica. What made you pick this one out, Polly?
So when I was coming into this, I re-listened to this song because I was worried. I was like, I really shot from the hip from this one. Am I right about this? And now, firstly, I'm absolutely right. We're going to be fine. But also, I want to be clear. Like, I actually love this song.
Okay.
And I love it because I think it is the most over-the-top fucking earnest song that has ever been recorded.
Yeah. It'd be in the top 5.
It is absolutely like drained of any self-awareness. Like, look, we're going to get into
That's
this,
Metallica
but
in a nutshell, isn't it?
It's very much the world's worst dad trying to tuck his kid in.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. That's true though, Bevo. And I only sort of realised this week as I was listening to Sandman quite a lot, and the other Metallica song that we've done, and you go, it's like mentally they never went past being 14. Like it was just like, this is a 14-year-old and true to forever.
I actually think they're trapped in that they've set themselves a prison because when they went like a little bit country and a little bit bluesy, people fucking hated it. And then they tried to go back, and then everyone's like, it's not, trying too hard to be like the old stuff. And it's like, you can't fucking win.
No.
I think they've got a bit of the, like, it's almost like late career Stephen King to them, where they've run out of stuff that's, like, scary to talk about or harrowing. Is this like, spooky?
Yeah. My mobile phone kills me.
I'm shopping for groceries.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that picture of James Hetfield, and he's like leaving some boutique fucking shopping centre, and he's in shorts and everything, and like the caption is like, bargains imprisoning me.
There's also the photo of I think it's them or him just with the Wiggles.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that.
That themselves, like where it's like he just took his kids to a Wiggles concert, and now it's James Hetfield with the Wiggles in their fucking skivvies doing their hands.
That's fucking
finger
sick.
pointing at the camera, and it's like Hetfield fucking living the dream.
It's a very sad thing. It's like he used to be my fucking hero. Like I worship James Hetfield, and then obviously he went through.
Is that after Some Kind of Monster or before?
It was around the same time, I will admit. But like,
okay.
So obviously he's gone through all the rehab and stuff, and then you watch him in live concerts now versus then. And back then he was like, "Stand up, you fucking pussies!" And now he's like, "We love our Metallica family." And you're like, I'm really happy that you've gone out the other side of this and you're in a better place. But like, this isn't the guy I want to poster on.
It would have been
my
better
wall.
if he died in the 80s.
Yeah, that's just because he now understands Metallica fans cannot stand up.
I think he did it one too many times to someone who was in a wheelchair in the audience and he didn't realise or something.
Oh, yeah. The old Kanye West. Yeah. That's what they call that one. All right, let's get into the lyrics here. First verse. Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone.
All right.
Hang on, bookmark that.
Yeah. I tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman, he comes.
Dubby Energy has declared war on Big Energy, who probably support ISIS. If you want an energy drink with no maltodextrin, no artificial colours, and no kickbacks that fund insurrections in the Middle East, then look no further. So head on over to dubby.gg and use the promo code 1001songs, that's the number 1001, for 10% off price of purchase. And remember, kids, if it's not Dubby, it's ISIS.
طويلة من الجهاد والصبر.
That's fucking terrifying as a child.
You're free from sin.
Like, there is a man. He's not even alluded as to what this Sandman is or does. He just says, "I'm going to tuck you in. You'll be free from sin, but the Sandman will be here
As soon as he's here,
even though you are tucked in and warm, he's going to come whether you like it or not.
And yeah, once he's here, you're on your own. I can't help you.
Is there anything less comforting on earth than say your prayers, little one?
Yeah. Say your prayers, little one.
All right, Billy, time to go to bed. Don't want you to have any nightmares or anything, so say your prayers.
If you forget anyone,
prayers.
if you fucking forget anyone,
Don't forget what? Oh, just nothing major. Just don't forget to include everyone.
Yeah.
Wait, everyone? Yes, everyone.
This
I don't
kid
even know
prays
everyone.
he prays like Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. He's just got the list of like every single person, and if he forgets one, they're dead that night.
Yeah. The Sandman gets them.
Is he including Hitler?
Well, I mean,
is he on the list?
I'll tell you what, he'd have to start his prayers fucking early, wouldn't he? Like, like he just wakes up, it's like, say your prayers.
God bless you, Stalin. God bless you, Hitler. God bless you, Nikolai Ceausescu. God bless you.
This has also gotten a new edge for me ever since Adam Sandler tried to rebrand himself as the Sandman. So,
I'm the Sandman.
You got to get this through because Adam Sandler is on his way.
Yeah, that's right. Adam Sandler's going to be here. He'll keep you free from sin.
The biggest daddy of them all is coming.
The Sandman.
I want to know, what is this Sandman going to do to him to fill his son with sin? Exactly.
So the Sandman has only ever appeared in one song before, and they're all trying to fuck the Sandman.
I love
Mr.
the
Sandman.
Sandman.
Yeah.
Do you mean
Mr. Sandman?
Bring me a dream.
Oh, sorry, no, how rude of me. The Sandman is the pimp bringing along the person to fuck.
That's right. Yeah. He's still,
right.
he's acting like he's friendly, but he's done some domestic abuse in the past. It's on his bloody criminal record for sure. The Sandman can't be trusted. What a start. What a bloody start to the song.
That's
It's
terrifying.
funny to think that
And
if
also-
you made a playlist of all the Sandman songs, you get Mr. Sandman and Enter Sandman, and that'd kind of be it.
I wonder if you go to Spotify, just type in Sandman, see if it gives you a playlist.
There's also a bit of this that, like, just straight coming in, it reminds me of, like, you know how, like, I remember like growing up being told like by my dad, Led Zeppelin is the like scariest, hardest band you'll ever hear, and then playing it, and like half the songs are Lord of the Rings shit. This has a real like it's got a real that kind of vibe to it of being like, all right, here's the heaviest band of the 90s, and guess what they're playing? Just a prayer, just a sweet little reminder to do your prayers.
You know that song, Mr. Sandman? Well, they wrote a song about him as well.
Don't make any judgments on the Sandman until you hear both of our songs about the Sandman.
Okay, let's see what old daddy's going to he's tucking him in pre-chorus. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight.
Fucking hell.
That's it.
That's
the
not.
pre-chorus.
Have you ever seen someone that sleeps with their eyes open just a little bit? You ever seen that? Like
it's very unnerving.
Yeah, they're fully asleep, but their eyes are just open the tiniest bit. Like
Just a
one of
bit,
our kids,
just a bit,
one of our
yeah.
kids does it, and I swear to God, he's possessed. Like you walk in, you're like, he's fully looking at me, and I'm like, "You still awake, buddy?" And he's not. He's like, but he's staring. He's staring at me. At the same
Is this
time.
because you're reciting this to him every night?
Yeah.
He didn't pray for everyone. Yeah. This is just horrible advice as to be like, okay, all right, son, have a good sleep, but
It's just
sleep with
fucking
one eye
creepy.
open and grip that pillow tight.
Also, just for my own mental state, I'm imagining this kid is about 17.
Yeah.
24.
It's his adult son that won't move out.
No, he did move out, but his dad still goes over there every night to drop the
No,
laundry off.
he still lives there, and his dad's trying to get him to move out, so he's trying to scare the shit out of him.
The Sandman's his mate from the bolo who wants to move into the spare room.
Sandy!
He's just broken up with Christy. He needs a place to stay.
The Sandman's coming.
No
whether
acting
you
necessary.
Okay, the chorus. Exit light, enter night. Take my hand. We're off to Never Neverland.
Fuck, righto,
pretty
Peter Pan.
Jackson.
I think it's actually about Michael Jackson.
It is scarier if it's Jackson,
I
for
was
sure.
going to say, I'm
Yeah.
not worried by Sandman. I'm fucking terrified of Neverland.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to Neverland. I'd rather not, thanks. I've just gone to bed, so I'll just
But
stay
I'll be
here if that's
sleeping
okay.
with one eye open, I can tell you that.
Yeah, fucking oath it will be.
And gripping his
in the
pillows.
scheme of
not gonna
things,
help him at
though,
all.
so obviously it's like a stage directions, like exit light, enter night kind of thing. But that's fucking like that's very theatrical for a heavy metal scary dude to be singing about, isn't it?
Wait, do you think
Yeah.
it was originally going to be written as a play?
Exit stage
Yeah.
left.
That's the lyric that didn't make
This
it.
was originally Waiting for Sandman, a beautiful experimental play from Metallica.
Exit light. Pause for applause.
Exeunt light, go stage right, take my hand.
Finn.
Finn.
Fucking hell.
This is also, again, you have tried to make turning off a nightlight scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Exit light, enter night. That's what happens when you turn off a light globe. That's just how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I don't want
Sounds
to break
terrifying.
the bubble, but night was there all along. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just the light.
Oh, so,
It didn't
all right,
stop the night.
Dad, what should I do? I need to sleep with one eye open. Okay, you going to leave the light on for me? No? Okay, well, feels kind of pointless to have my eye open then.
Will you even know if it's open? It's like he walks past, like you're not gripping that pillow very tight, are you, son?
I said grip.
So is he playing, in his world, is he playing the
I'm
Sandman
guessing
in
the chorus,
the chorus?
is taking the perspective of the Sandman, unless it's the dad and he's just left and he's like, good night, and then he comes back in, he's like, Sandman's here. No, Dad, no.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
no.
This is 100% a Mrs. Doubtfire situation where he comes back in with like a pie over his face.
Oh no. No, that's terrible.
Failed. No.
Jeez.
It
It's
does
like,
seem
Dad, that's just you. Ah, no. I'm the Sandman. I'm the Sandman. Off
Take
we go
my
to
hand.
Neverland.
So, do you think your dad is cool?
Take my hand.
he's just got pockets full of sand. He just throws it around.
He just pegs it right at the kid's face.
Right in his eyes. One eye.
That's why he's got one eye open, just right in there.
Yeah, just runs in and just pegs sand at his face.
Dad, this isn't Never Neverland. This is just the kitchen. Yeah.
It's funny to imagine,
fuck off,
imagine that him as that character too, being very Shakespearean with the acting directors, like exit light, enter.
Enter night. Throws sand at him. Fuck off, Dad.
Take
That's right,
my hand.
that's right, my face. Yeah, I'm not Dad. I'm the Sandman.
This works so well because this is such a fucking community theater production of a song.
It's wasted that no one's done this. It's already written. So easy to do. He's also just spent all this time tucking this kid in, giving him all these tips on how to sleep, and now he's saying straight up like, "Oh, up you get. We're off to Never Never Land." Like, I'm just got in the bed, got tucked in. What about the sin? Yeah.
Have we forgotten about the sin? It seemed to be pretty important 5 minutes ago. So
I've just listed everyone in the world trying to bathe myself from the sin. Now you need me to get...
Also, like, traditionally, the Sandman brings you a dream, and if you weren't such a fucking creep for the last half hour, maybe he'd be bringing your kid a
Maybe
dream.
if you didn't forget little Johnny down the road in your list, wouldn't have happened.
The second verse. Something's wrong. Shut the light. Heavy thoughts tonight, and they aren't of Snow White. Dreams of war, dreams of liars, dreams of dragons' fire, and of things that will bite. Yeah.
all right, so I can tell you without even knowing who wrote the song, who wrote what line.
Okay.
All right. So this is a team writing session. Lars wrote the lines, "Something's wrong, shut the light." And it was like, "Shut the light off, Lars?" He goes, no, because that won't, it's hard to rhyme with off. So if I say just shut the light, I can then say heavy thoughts tonight. And they're like, "Oh, Lars, okay."
Lars,
All
didn't
right,
the light just exit? Why are we shutting the light? It just left.
Maybe it's shut the light on.
Cut the light off twice. Yeah.
Maybe it's actually actually trying to say you shut the light back on.
And then so Lars wrote the next line as well, and they aren't of Snow White because it rhymed. And he's like, "That's not terrifying." He goes, "Yeah, but it all rhymes, you see." And then
The rhyming, James.
Can we stop for about 8 minutes on this particular line? Because I've got heavy thoughts tonight. Oh, you're thinking about Snow White, aren't you? Well, actually, no. I have clinical depression. My heavy thoughts aren't strictly linked to Snow White and the Seven
Thinking about
Dwarfs.
16 tons of soil,
No,
an elephant.
me feeling a bit down has nothing to do with any characters that appear in Disney's Princesses on Ice.
Yeah, do you know what? It would be fucking weird if it was. If you're like, "Lars, what's wrong?" "Oh, I was thinking about how Snow White might never find her prince." Well, you're going to have to go to the end of the book, Lars. It turns out all right for her.
Turns out,
Yeah.
why are there so many dwarves?
Yeah, there's 7, in fact. Yeah, you're like, "You got to read to the end of the book, Lars." He's like, No, I just read Bambi. That was terrible.
I'm too scared. It's nighttime. I've just finished
just
saying
shut
my
the light.
prayers.
Yeah. I've shut the light.
Yeah, I'm shut. It's like he has an orb, like that, that orb from Saudi Arabia that they all touch. It's like that's just in his room, and he just has to like throw a towel over it. That's the only light he's got.
It's also, I love like the lack of specificity in this of both like the thoughts aren't of Snow White. What are they of? We'll get to that later, but they're not of. You can eliminate Snow White from your list.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're also going to talk about things that bite. Shall I specify which things? Actually, you know what? We don't have time. Just anything with a mouth. Any creature with a mouth is up
Actually,
for grabs.
it really ties well into this Shakespearean actor guy doing all these lines as well, like "dreams of war, dreams of liars,
Dreams of liars.
dreams of dragon's fire, dragon."
This is literally if A Midsummer Night's Dream was a horror.
Yeah, I want to hear like Syrian McKellen performing this.
Yeah.
And of all the things that will bite. Yeah.
How's like if you're trying to work out like which one, well, out of the 3 things there where he says dreams of war, dreams of liars, and dreams of dragon's fire, it's like war. Oh no, that's terrible. Dragon's fire. Oh, well, keep me out of the way of that. It's like, and there's liars as well. It's like, oh, well, they sound bad as well, but Yeah, that's right. I would prefer the truth, but liars, I think I'd take that over the dragon's fire, to be honest, and the war.
Incinerated or like destroyed by weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, or just not told the entire truth.
Lies. Few white lies in it.
It's so clear as well that they tucked it in the middle, hoping no one would notice.
Yeah.
There was a draft that was like dreams of war, dreams of dragonfire, and dreams of
And
liars.
such and
And they're like,
such.
well, actually,
And you're like, don't finish with liars. Finish with dragonfire. That's terrifying. But liars, we'll just slip that in the middle.
I think they wanted to rhyme fire with fires. Like
Dreams of war, dreams of fires, dreams of dragons, fires.
yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
nah.
They're like,
This is already
dreams of
fucking
war.
crazy.
Yeah.
You can't.
it was a late afternoon brainstorm. They're like, guys, what's cooler than fire? Does anyone have anything? We need to amp up this fire.
Tire fire?
I like the idea the original draft was just 3 versions of that. Dreams of fire, dreams of big fire, dreams of dragons.
Specifically, dragons fire.
Bonfire? Are people scared of bonfires? No, they're quite adorable. They eat marshmallows at them. Okay, well, what if a dragon lit that fire? Now you're scared.
Oh, that's terrifying. Also, how did we get to fucking a dragon entering this goddamn song? Like,
Well, that's what I was
it's
saying
just getting
before.
Tucked in now, like there's war and people lying.
That's probably Kirk Hammett's line, I reckon.
The dragon,
Yeah.
he looks like a dragon.
Yeah, well, I reckon he's a little bit more fantasy driven.
It's also clear, like, I like the idea that, like, they're almost like the heads of this are. There's one of them who's like intent to going through, okay, we're going to talk about war. One of them's like very moralistic, like, we're going to talk about liars and truth, and we're going to say our prayers and we're going to talk about liars. And then there's one person be like, Snow White and dragons. It's very nice.
Fire.
Ye old medieval fair.
Yeah. How many times I've heard this song and not once have I ever gone, they just spoke about Snow White. Like,
Oh my god! So this is the great, like, this is the gift I bestow onto you. In that, once you really pay attention to it, it's the funniest song ever written.
this is like, imagine if Slayer or something had like rewritten fucking Angel of Death or something but put Disney characters in it. Like, Auschwitz, the meaning of pain, the way that I want you to die.
Just like in The
Snow
Lion
White.
King.
Snow White and Cinderella.
Yeah.
Watch out for the pumpkin. It's coming at midnight.
They originally had Mufasa of puppets, and they just couldn't get the rights to it.
Mowgli. The bare
Mufasa
necessities.
All right, they knock another pre-chorus out. He still wants the one eye sleep, the tight pillow gripping. He's off to Never Neverland again. We've got a chorus. Okay, there's a guitar solo. Do you want to give me the guitar solo, Southern?
No, not really.
Sick. Okay, the bridge goes. Okay, lengthy bridge. Okay, it goes. Now I lay me down.
Sorry,
to sleep.
may I request you perform this in the over-the-top breathy whisper that
I'll do
they
the
do?
response too. I'll do the kid. If you like.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Pray the Lord my soul to keep.
If I die before I wake,
If I die before I wake,
pray the Lord my soul to take.
pray the Lord my soul to take.
That's how he does it.
I actually think you both did.
That's how he did it.
You both did really well.
Pedro.
You can see this in the community theatre production. They're both on those bits up in the like stands up above the rest of the stage, and there's a spotlight appearing on each and disappearing for each line.
Oh, mate, I think you need to direct this play. Like, I'm sure you know a few people that are keen for a job. I'm directing this play.
Enter
it's
the
based on,
Sandman.
a Sandman. Enter the Sandman.
The Sandman.
Yeah.
Now that we've heard that back and forth, and that was a lot of fun, can I request Mad Dog to sing the next bit as James Hammett? James Hammett, you know what I'm talking about. Blend them together.
James Ulrich.
The Hush Little Baby line.
Sorry.
As Hetfield, please. That'd be great.
I don't want to let you down on this, but can I be completely honest? I don't have a fucking clue how he sings this.
All right.
Hush, little baby.
Let me give you...
Baby, don't say a word.
Here is my direction for you.
Okay.
He thinks he's the main character of Apocalypse Now.
Right.
That's what he thinks he's recording here.
It's a lot of intensity.
Well, it's all right. You can bow out of it if you want.
I'm bowing out. Can you do it? But
yeah, sure.
It's the
Hush,
first...
little baby, don't say a word. Never mind that noise you heard. It's just a beast under your bed, in your closet, in your hair.
Nice.
Something like that.
Very good.
He's got to destroy your throat.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
Babies don't talk. I've got one. I can prove it.
And never mind the noise you heard.
It'd be like, hush, little baby, stop fucking crying.
Yeah.
That's what you're
I
saying.
reckon when he was when he'd finished this song, he was telling people about it, and they're like, "Whoa, what's the song like?" You know that song that goes, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word." Yeah. Oh, it's got that in it in the middle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a song about the Sandman, and it's got a really nice nursery rhyme in it, and
dragons.
a little back and forth with the dragons and
It's a really dark song. We read the Lord's Prayer out in full, just as a call and response.
Catholic Church is loving it.
I love the rapid escalation here. So it's like, oh, hush, baby, shh, don't say a word. Never mind the noise. It's just the beasts under your bed, in your closet.
It's like fucking Jesus, man. Just let me go to bed.
yeah,
Every fucking night.
It's a great dad bit, though. Oh, that noise, don't worry about that. That's just the murderer that hides in your closet. That's fine.
Night.
Keep one eye open.
I'm sure if you grip onto your pillow, they can't take you from the bed. And we all know how well a foundation of a pillow is laid.
Can I tell you guys a little story? When I was a kid, my dad came home from work late. I was already in bed, and he'd got a hazmat suit for some reason, and they thought him and my brother thought it'd be a really funny prank.
Okay, I'm sorry to tell you this, Bevo, but your dad was cooking that.
So they thought it'd be a really funty prank for my brother to come in the hazmat suit while I was sleeping, come in and go, "There's been fucking meltdown at the steelworks. We've got to evacuate."
The steel mill.
Well, if the steel's melting, that hazmat suit's not going to save you. Burn right through that.
Could you imagine though?
The fumes won't get me though. I'll burn to
You're
death.
too young to question that kind of shit. Yeah, that was my answer.
Or
Sandman.
maybe he was just super prepared for COVID. Like
20 years.
35 years in advance.
The Nostradamus.
Yep.
I'm sorry to side with your dad here, but as a comedy professional, that is a good bit. That's a funny thing to do.
I got
to
him
you.
back one time. I was hiding under his bed, actually,
Stabbed him.
in line with the song here. I
Got him back one time. Later that night, I stabbed him right in the
hiding
throat.
under his bed for some reason for ages, and then he sat down and put his legs over the bed. He was talking to my mum, and I bit his calf muscle.
Oh! Jesus, that's straight out of Ed Sandman. That one.
Fuck, man.
You're the beast under the bed.
And the
You're one
things
of
that
these
will
things
bite.
that will bite.
Yeah. Fuck, did he get his cut?
I think he just flew 20 feet in the air, as you would.
Yeah.
He got literally cut.
Yeah.
He was lying in bed thinking about Snow White and what a lovely, happy story it was.
And now my Achilles tendon is bitten through.
Yeah.
And he was like, shit, it's a liar. Wait, no, what's that thing worse than liars?
Yeah.
War.
Dragon's fire.
I just imagine him sitting there with your mum, and then he just goes like, ah. She's like, what's the matter, darling? He's like, I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding out from the ankle. What do you mean? And then, like, it's too late. There's so much blood.
I'm just thinking how game you were to be hiding under your parents' bed while both of them. That's taking a massive risk, man.
Bevo's a risk
Once
taker.
again, too young to know better.
Oh, man.
Because that's an awkward exit. Like if things start getting real,
you get under that bed, and one of you's coming out traumatized.
Bevo's just like, now, when they've stopped breathing heavily, I'm going to bite Dad's ankles.
Have you seen?
Not sure why they've been breathing up there for so long, but whenever they're finished,
ankle biting time.
yeah,
That was awful. He was kind of into it, and it just made the whole thing last longer.
it's like the Power Rangers. It's morphin' time, but it's just Bevo. And he's like, it's ankle biting time.
He's got a watch thing that he presses. He doesn't move.
Exit light. That's my cue.
Exit light, enter bite.
What's the cartoon that Bill Burr does?
F is for family.
F is for family. There's a scene in that where the kid is fucking hiding under their bed, and he starts smashing the mum, and he pops his head up, and you just get a straight up graphic of just a ball sack, like just slapping in the skin, a hairy ass and a ball sack going up and down. He's like, ah!
how the hell did we
I'm
get
still
here?
laughing about exit light, enter bite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, the outro.
Well, I think we're about to get up to the chorus with one of my favourite over-the-top Ernest deliveries in the world, so...
Yeah, there's a double chorus.
Oh, it is a double chorus. The outro goes, oh, yeah, yo. We're off to Never Neverland. Take my hand. We're off to Never Neverland. Take my hand. We're off to Never Neverland. We're off to Never Neverland. We're off to Never Neverland. We're off to Never Neverland.
You just missed one. So the second chorus, like the last chorus, actually says "grain of sand" instead of "take my hand" once.
Exit light. Exit 9. Grain of
Literally,
sand.
Grain of sand. Like
It's dramatic, but like when you visualize a single grain of sand, it's like the least intimidating thing on the planet.
It's one of I love every time I listen to this, I try and imagine him in the booth, like just headphones on, sitting there being like, all right, here we go. We're going to do the grain of sand line, and I'm going to give it fucking 500%.
Yeah.
Let's brainstorm some scary things. Fucking dragon bites and fucking I don't know, war.
Do you think
grain
flying
of sand?
dragons?
How long did they spend thinking, what's scarier, a lot of sand or just one little bit of sand?
It's like, this is the only evidence left of the Sandman.
It was originally ton of sand.
Yeah.
More of a logistics, but how the fuck are you getting that out of your carpet? That's
The Tooth
terrifying.
Fairy leaves money.
Heaps of sand.
The Tooth Fairy leaves money under your pillow. The Sandman leaves a fucking just sand in your bed.
A grain of sand. You just swipe
Really
it away.
annoying.
Yeah.
That's why you have to grip your pillow so he can't sneak the sand underneath.
That's what the Sandman does. He just comes to put sand under your pillow.
That's such a better villain, because it's like every time you get home from the fucking beach and everything has sand in it for a month. This is what the Sandman does. He just hides sand in all your shit.
Yeah, it ruins your life.
He's just kind of a dick.
Yeah. He's a fucking asshole. That's all he is.
Fucking sand in my underwear drawer. Fuck.
Oh, it's the Sandman again.
I'm gonna have to fucking shake these for about 8 seconds. Fuck.
You look tired, man. Yeah, I've been sleeping with one eye open. Why is that? Oh, fucking Sandman keeps putting grains of sand in my bed.
Yeah, I probably only look tired on this side of my face, right?
That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, they got a chorus at the end. Exit light, and tonight, take my hand. We're off to Never Neverland. Yeah, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, we
lol.
know.
Yeah. It's like the sneaky little laugh you got at the end makes it seem like he's a bad guy.
I reckon they could have gone with Tooth Fairy and pulled it off. Like if they pulled off Sandman as a song, like Enter Sandman, and they've made it this dark song, I reckon they could have done it with a Tooth Fairy and been even like that. Actually, is creepy. Like,
oh yeah, the Tooth Fairy is terrifying.
Being that shows up in your room and takes the teeth that were in your gums the day before.
It's just the teeth inside your head.
Yeah, I reckon that's way worse.
In your closet, 20 cents.
This is hot. This podcast is sponsored by Ghetto Bird Studio. Do you write music? Do you want people to hear it? Do you want your music to sound less shit than it does right now? If you answered yes to these questions, then you should record your music at Ghetto Bird Studio. We record all types of music: rap, rock, hip-hop, jazz, jazz fusion, metal, electro, even country. We can't promise that your music won't be shit, but we can promise to make it sound less shit. Here's a before and after.
Grab my body and spank my ass.
Grab my body and spank my ass. Contact us now at ghettobirdstudio.com.au.
Tell these haters.
Non-stop music.
I read about this that they so this is apparently one of the rare Metallica songs that they got to the end of writing the lyrics and went, no, you can do a better job of this. And then they went back and wrote these. So this is the second draft of these lyrics. This is the time they're like, you know what, we've crushed it now.
God, this is what they settled on.
This is a second draft. Like,
So maybe Tooth Fairy was the original recording.
maybe. This one's called Enter Tooth Fairy. Oh.
I remember him saying
think
like a
your
quote
fans gonna
about
like
like
this.
originally it was about cot death or something like that, and this is probably the safer
Oh,
of it.
fuck.
Yeah. Way to be funny.
And
that's
like hot
true.
death.
That is true.
Probably
Apparently,
wouldn't
the
have been
original
as big a hit.
apparently the original lyric was about sudden infant death syndrome.
That's
when a
Did
baby-
it go like YMCA?
S-I-D-S. Not fun if you
little
get
bit too
S.
happy.
Yeah, apparently he said the Off the Never Neverland was the original lyric was disrupt the perfect family and the Sandman kills the baby.
Oh my god.
So maybe this is why the second draft was needed.
The producer, like the hand that produced the lyrics, and he just shakes his head at them and just goes like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
This is the do you know how there's that old story of like Vanessa Amarossi's Shine is actually Die? And
Yeah.
like the original
Yeah,
version,
correct.
this was their version of this. That like
this is
Mark
their-
Holden was in the room and went, "You're not
This is
fucking recording
Metallica's
that."
Vanessa Amorossi moment.
Yeah. And then when they changed it, he went touchdown.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. It's American football now.
God.
Touchdown.
And at what point they're like, "Okay, this fucking sucks. This song is awful. You cannot record it like this. All right. What if we just made it complete gibberish? What if we added Snow White in there to lift the tone in the middle?"
The people at record company have gone literally anything else but this, and we'll release it. Anything. Right. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll let everyone have a crack at a line.
Yeah.
So it was released the 12th of August, 1991. It's written by James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and Kirk Hammett. No Newstead.
Yeah, no, it's
He's
Kirk's
not
riff,
invited
and
to
James and Lars like co-write everything
Yes.
basically.
That's right. Yeah. Apparently, after the US invaded Iraq in 2003, this was one of the songs they played over and over in sessions designed to break the will of Saddam Hussein's supporters.
They say over and over. It took like two.
Yeah, that's
It's got a bit
came down
scared
pretty
about
quick.
the whole lyrical subject matter.
Oh, no. It's like they're literally
that's
surrounded
also-
by sand. They're not going to be that frightened of it, are they?
Also, you can't have someone in, like, half of what they did in those fucking places was bombard people with light all night. Like, this sounds like quite a lovely time to them. We're actually going to let you sleep. It's going to be dark.
Yeah.
You're going to go to Neverland.
But don't have
Not
any
fucking
bad
Cuba.
dreams.
And it actually it explains the Sandman, because I think the Middle East tends to be quite sandy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's where it comes from. So apparently this was the first song written for the Black Album, but the last one to get finished lyrics. Like, it took them so. It's like they smashed the lyrics out for everything else. Like, straight. This one was a tricky one. Maybe it's not.
I was just imagining they would, like, if you were talking to have really, like, they would say, "Hey, we're using your song to torture people, to torture human beings," and he would be like, "Do we get royalties for every play?"
Yeah.
Because
Or is it body
over,
count?
Yeah, it's over a loudspeaker, and what's the population of that area?
Yeah,
They've actually weaponized this song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd want my royalties. Tell you what.
Imagine if they protested Metallica, going like, "Your music is evil because it's used to torture people." They could just come back and be like, "Hey, it's not us. It's Snow White. Go hustle Walt Disney."
Yeah,
Your issues with
and dragons.
with Sneezy.
Yeah.
Just don't ask Dopey.
Yeah,
He won't tell you
Bashful.
Bashful.
He's the one you got to watch out for. Everyone thinks he's shy. No, he's fucking violent.
It's not. Yeah, no. It's
Not just a clever
not just
name.
a clever name.
No, he'll bash you. He will bash you.
Yeah.
Original
He
name,
goes to
Full
the pub
Bash.
every night and gets into fights.
Yeah,
They're in the mines. He's like, "Fuck, I'm going to bash someone tonight, eh?"
yeah. Why do you think his face is always red? That's because he's just been fucking punched a few times. He's still a bit raw.
he walks in the pub, he says "hi ho," and he throws a punch.
He's ashamed. He's ashamed of his actions.
Yeah, he's the Chopper Reed of the fucking dwarves.
Yeah,
He feels bad about his crimes.
yeah. He's
So-
a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, it's produced by James Hetfield, Lars, and Bob Rock. He's fucking
mate.
there. He is.
Robert Rock.
There he fucking is. Robert Rock.
Robert Rock. Hey, question: is that his last name? It's not,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah,
Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Let me-
It's not.
it
I
is.
don't.
Like, so you're telling me his last name's Rock, and he's like, well, with a name like Rock, I'm either going to be a rock and roll producer or a
Yeah, his
Own
real
a
name,
quarry.
no joke, his
own a
birth
quarry.
name is Robert Jens Rock.
Yeah.
That's
And,
insane.
When someone's
I really thought
What do
you
you
were going to
call-
go with Robert Rockefeller there. He just like, let's just
That's
Sean
What's
the
one who studies
When's-
rocks? What do you call them?
Geologist.
Geologist?
when someone's
Geologist,
name
yeah.
matches their occupation, it's called an aptonym.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
What's yours, though, Bevo?
Well, I'd be working in a
Beverage.
bar, I suppose.
Like a barista.
It's a shame.
well, I had to change my name to Southern because I wasn't going to go down the path of
Go to
my
hell.
birth name, Danny Dildo. I was like, no, thank you.
no, let's
fucking
change
up.
that.
No aptonym here.
I do like Danny Dildo. It'd be a great name, though.
sounds like someone who gets a lot of plays on Triple J as well.
I know. Yeah, I know. Oh, they'd be
Coming
all
in
over
at
Danny
63 on the hottest 100, it's Denny Dildo.
Dildo.
Can I read you out a few funny aptonyms here that I've just found on the Wikipedia page? So we got like Michael Ball is an English footballer. We got
That's awesome.
oh, here we go. Bert Tito Beveridge, founder of Tito's Vodka. So there you go. Usain Bolt,
Well, there you go.
obviously a very fast runner. And
Oh, I thought it's because you can shoot electricity from his
yeah,
eyes.
not this time.
Okay.
Bob Rock's actually in this.
I thought it
in this
was
list.
because he was a cartoon
But my
dog.
favorite here is the president of Nintendo of America is named Doug Bowser.
Obviously.
That's great.
That's good. Tell me about the video, Bevo.
Right, Dan Southern.
All right.
Here's the video facts from A to Z, and they're coming at you straight from Ryan B. It's a terrible song, and I know you agree.
Music video. radio summary.
With Bevo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Give me 5.
All right.
Okay, this is one I didn't watch. I just remembered because I watched a lot as a
I
young
mean,
person.
there's not much to see, mate.
Oh, there's one detail
let
that
me give
sticks
you
out to me that I've completely
Let me give you the
forgot.
summary
So
first,
please,
and then we'll talk.
please.
Enter Sandman shows the band performing the song interspersed with shots of common nightmares such as old creeps and Mack trucks driving into your bed. It's lucky the band didn't make this video recently, as their nightmares would now include beer and fans hearing Metallica music for free.
You see a Napster download screen.
Oh my god, this is it. It's Napster. They thought naps were the scariest thing that could happen. They heard about Napster and they created a song about being sleepy.
It's all making sense.
It's
now.
all making sense.
This is what we're here for. To fucking dig a little deeper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It was directed by Wayne Isham, who ended up doing 6 different Metallica clips, but he won Best Hard Rock Video at the 1992 MTV Video Music Awards for this.
Fuck off. No.
Yeah.
I refuse. Were there no other
Fun
videos?
and
So, like, the description of, like, common nightmares is a very, a very kind description for what they've done here. Like,
Yes.
it's the band playing in some, like, low lighting, and then just other things flash on
Strobe
screen.
lighting.
And the first one is just, it looks like John Malkovich has aged badly. It's just an old man. It's not a scary old man. It's just a bald old man who needs just a bit of moisturizer. He'll be fine. He's just been in the sun all day.
Yeah,
He
he
fell
knows
asleep
he
at
needs
the cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs a lot.
Reminds me of that one of
Yeah.
my favorite bits in Spinal Tap. It's a really obscure bit where it's like they're making fun of the guy on the desk at the hotel, and he goes, "I'm just as God made me, sir."
Yeah.
I've got one good YouTube comment for it from Skull Raider Porter.
Don't raid skulls.
Old Skull Raider Porter.
Raiding
1 year
skulls out
ago.
of 1 to 10.
Jeez.
Producer. Okay, what effects would you like? Metallica. Epilepsy.
And wah pedal.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. No more. You don't. Nothing.
No, just a lot of comments about it sounding good still.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think? What do you think would happen? Like, it was recorded really well and it sounded good from the start. It doesn't sound worse 30 years later.
No.
Also, like,
generally
the
sound
Lord's
how they
Prayer
sound.
aged pretty well. They've been doing that for like 2,000 years and it's held up. So
Yeah,
you've
that's
got
right.
the spine of it's fine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's on a solid foundation. Do you have a Metallica set list, Bevo?
Yeah, so funnily enough, recently they've stopped playing this one, like for the first time ever since they wrote it. So I had to go back a fair bit.
Really?
Yeah.
They just stopped
I
playing
mean,
it?
like, it's the 30th anniversary of the Black Album, so they have been doing the full album, back to front to back.
Okay.
No, back to front.
Are they getting
Yeah, so
more?
starting with the end.
They putting
They
more
were-
St. Anger songs in.
Yeah, actually they are.
They'll withhold all the Black Album songs and then make you go to the Black Album
Pretty much,
show
yeah.
if you want to hear.
But like the
Sandman
fans,
from
the
now on.
fans are like, "Oh, thank fuck, they've stopped playing Enter Sandman."
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a lot of like, it's like when in 5 years they have to hold back the St. Edgar songs. Everyone's like, yep, great. This is very much what we've been requesting since you recorded these songs.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah. People who like this song are not at a Metallica concert. I reckon.
it kind of makes me laugh that Metallica did like if you bought a ticket for a certain tour, you actually got to vote for what song you think they should play. And it was the fans' chance to get all the rare, weird songs that they never played into the set list. And every show, the number one song was Master of Puppets in the votes, and then the second one was like Enter Sandman. So they had to keep playing the same old
They
shit.
think they weren't going to. They think they weren't
I
going to
know,
play
it's
them?
ridiculous.
So if we don't vote for it, they won't play Master of
It
Puppets.
just goes to
I
show.
reckon
Was
that-
it restricted to Metallica songs? Because I'd love to hear them take a run at Barbie Girl.
No, I think you could vote for anything
Something
they ever
obscure
did. So
by
you could have
David
done like
Bowie.
their weird demos from back in the day, but you couldn't like pick a song. But yeah, it just sort of proves the point that like, what is it like? A person is smart and people are dumb.
Yeah. Oh, I always say people are idiots.
Anyway,
it's my favorite.
All right,
thing.
so this is one gig before they did that second show with the orchestra, and then James Hetfield went back to rehab, and then the world shut
He
down.
loves a good rehab, doesn't he?
He puts the re
Tried
into
to make him go to rehab,
Yeah.
and he went, "Yeah, okay,
Rehab.
this time." Yep. August 25th, 2019, on the worldwide tour in Marktgaland, Mannheim, Germany. Sorry about my pronunciation there. 18 songs.
Angry German.
18 songs, considering they're all about 10 minutes long.
Jesus. Yeah.
And 3 of those songs are an encore. Where would you play Enter the Sandman in your set?
Last.
I reckon they open with it.
Yeah, he could do it. It could be either. But I'm going to go last. I'm going to say last.
Yeah, I'm gonna go second last.
Second to last, penultimate.
Yeah, second last encore out of the 3.
I reckon they're shit enough to play at something like 12th.
Yeah, okay.
What did you say, Chips?
Nothing spot.
Oh, yeah.
Last.
They did play it last. I think they usually do, but back when
That's nice. Get to beat the traffic.
Yeah.
back when the album came out, the first time they did open it with it back in the day, but it's now the encore kind of party song.
Not anymore, though, apparently.
No,
There you go. Do they play? How much do they play off St. Anger?
if you're lucky, they do the song Saint Anger or Frantic, but they never play anything else from it. And it's only if you're lucky they'll throw that in. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
unlucky.
If you're
If you're lucky.
If you win the audience poll.
If you're a fan of them playing weird off kilter songs. Yeah.
Did people ever request the Lou Reed stuff?
They did the Lou Reed stuff at the, I think it was like the 30th anniversary
Lou Reed's
concert where they
funeral.
like actually they did like shit from every album and every, they had all these guests on and stuff, and they did some of that Lou Reed stuff. And I've got the bootleg, and James is like, people didn't like this, but we're going to do it anyway. It's like he fully defends it. It's very funny.
That'd be great for him to do over about like any song from the back half of the catalog. Like he has to say it about 7 times a concert.
Have you seen just while we're talking about random things they've done, have you seen that recently they did the Lady Gaga collab?
No.
What?
Moth into Flame.
So
off
they
the
got
new
Lady
album.
Gaga to come out, and like the audio is fine. Like she's a great singer. She comes out and sings, but some fucking mainstream corporate record label got their hands across the whole thing or whatever, and they've got like inverted commas, like rock and roll enthusiasts to hang out at the side of the stage, being like super into the music and like headbanging for the first time in their entire life and wearing like $900 ripped denim jeans. Like it's the most like fabricated thing. And then there's flames everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's all these people just go
And
like,
even like Lady Gaga just
doing-
like trying to fit in with Metallica, like rocking out and everything.
it's so weird, man. It's
This-
like really, really fabricated and lame.
This is what I love about Metallica, though. They have the aesthetic of like late 90s WWF wrestling. Like everything they do is like flames come out, big long hair, dancing down. Like that's their vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the
that's it.
90s,
Yeah.
that was like the peak of that, where the guitars had flames on them and like...
Everything's on fire. You're basically
It's like
watching
that
hell.
fucking guy from Fury Road just riding along with the flaming guitar.
Yeah, that's right. It's a guitar and flamethrower. All right. Little bit of legacy here. In 2015, the magazine ranked Hammett's solo on this track at number 4 on its list of greatest wah solos of all time.
He's
Very
all 5,
specific,
I'm sure.
isn't it? Yeah. The single reached number 16 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and achieved platinum certification for more than 1 million copies shipped in the US. Some net worths. What's James Hetfield worth, do you think, now, 2021?
I reckon 85 million.
What do you reckon, Mad
Put
Dog?
him in the 200s area. I think he's got more
200s?
money than God. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You said 85, Dan, did you?
Yeah.
50 mil.
I'm going to say 40. I'm
Yeah,
going to go a
okay.
bit lower.
Worth 300 million.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
There's that scene in Some Kind of Monster where they offer Rob $1 million just to join the band. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Chump change.
I think it's they have that same problem that, you know how like Bon Jovi had this thing of like, all my songs are about having to sleep outside and shit, now I have $100 million
Yes.
but I still ride a motorcycle and sleep out. Like, you fucking don't, mate. You haven't spent a night outside of
There's
the
a good Ben
Hilton.
Folds song about that where he sings, the
100%.
lyrics are basically like, when I was poor, I had to pay for my coffee, but now I'm rich and famous. People give me free coffee.
I get it for free. Yeah, that's right. That's a good song. Yeah. Now I get it for free.
But what about the therapist on Some Kind of Monster where he's like, his fee is probably like $1,000 a month, and then when Metallica hits him up, he's like, it's $45,000 a month actually. Yeah,
And then he like begs for him to stay on.
Yeah. They don't fire me. I'm making so much money.
Because at the end of that documentary,
that's right. They try and fire
at the
him,
end of the
and
doco, he's like, I'm thinking about
you need
moving
me.
closer to the area to be with you guys for longer, and they're like, don't do that, please. Don't.
Yeah. And then he's like, no, I think you need me. And they're like, when the client tells you they don't need you and you tell them they do, that's a conflict of interest.
It's pretty funny when they turn
That
on
guy's the
him at the end.
dodgiest fuck, that dude. He's
Just trying to
do
worm
lyrics.
his way into the band.
Yeah.
Do you guys need a theremin? Like, maybe we could...
I love how all those notes are, he's leaving like little notes around, just like, look inside yourself and then breathe and then let everything out. And then he's like all these post-it notes, and then Bob Rock's like, I see those fucking notes and I'll fucking die. He's like, it killed him more than
it's
anyone.
pretty clever editing too, because I don't think a lot of this stuff, like, they made it look worse than it was. But the bit where they're all handing lyrics to James, and then he also hands lyrics in, and they
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
they're looking
Yeah.
like,
Fuck.
It's like, oh, you know what? When I saw that in the documentary, I immediately felt dirty. I'm like, are you telling me that I might have sung along to something that the fucking therapist wrote?
He did the Snow White line. That's where Snow White came from.
Yeah. The whole thing, like, what a fucking scam that psychiatrist pulled on that band, hey?
Yeah, totally, man.
I got nothing out of it. Although, have you seen that Metallica are doing a masterclass now?
yeah, on how to be a band.
Yeah.
How to be a band.
Yeah.
What the hell?
No, but the thing is, right? They're still a band. That's what everyone in the comments, like, yeah, gonna get lessons of being a band from these guys. Lols, like, they are actually still a band,
Probably
and
one
they
of
still
the
make
most
millions
popular
and
bands
millions of
in
dollars.
the entire planet
Yeah.
too.
That's great. You know what? It's hard to be like this. How to be in a band? Well, you all get your own private jet. You can do this and this and this, and it just makes it really easy to get along.
That was
with
at
each
the end
other
of the.
and play.
Did you,
We don't actually ever see each other or talk.
did you see that ZZ
other
Top
than when we go on
documentary on
stage.
Netflix? There's
No.
nothing ever happens in it because there was no controversy. They just stayed a band for 50 years. But at the very end, they
Right,
go, "What's your
okay.
secret for staying like the same guys for 50 years?" And he goes, "Separate tour buses," and that's like the last line.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
I read.
That's why I reckon I love the idea of like watching through that masterclass to either all 12-hour-long lectures and be like, you know what? You're right. I am going to tour stadiums for 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can easily do this.
Yeah. They're like, lesson 1, get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's like Steph Curry does a masterclass, and they're like, "Oh, so what I should do is be the best shooter of a basketball to ever walk
Also-
the
Yeah,
earth."
right.
I was throwing the ball shit. That's what it was from.
That's what it
Also,
was.
you've got to start
That's
your
why
band
I'm not in the
in
NBA.
1981, where this type of music is actually commercial and like acceptable in
Correct.
mainstream music.
Yeah. So, they teach you how to build a flux capacitor. That's the first lesson. Yeah.
That's the other thing that pisses
I
me off
recently-
is like Dave Grohl does this all the time. Oh, you just got to get in a band and do it and start and everything. And it's like, well, it fucking helps if you were in Nirvana for one.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah,
It's like if you're good,
Yeah.
people will
You
recognize
just got to
it's
get in
like,
the biggest band in the
you
world.
also need a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good advice. Join Nirvana. If you have the chance, join Nirvana.
Join Nirvana. If Kurt Cobain hits you up, say, yeah, I'll play. I recently read Shoe Dog, which is the
Oh, yeah.
Phil Knight, the Nike autobiography.
I hope the cover
And-
is just a dog with some shoes on.
The book is not about his journey. It's just about this one time he saw a fucking dog.
This is the tale
But
of Shoe Dog.
It was good for like the first few chapters when he's starting out or whatever, and then it just gets to a point where they're trying to make it seem like an interesting story, but they actually don't do anything but import like shoes that are made by children in China and sell them for stupid amounts of money. So it's like trying to make this story sound interesting to the point where it's like, oh, we had to really, get into that boardroom and have real hard meetings about this stuff. And what
It was a tough day in the office.
As kid.
Yeah. Little Janie's hands were getting too big to sew the fine stitching at the
Tells
top
more
of the
about the
shoe.
dog.
We had to put them down. But you read the whole book and you're going like, well, what's this? And the whole thing just goes to, and then we just we went public with the company, and I was worth $10 billion.
Yeah, they never tell you about
And
hard
that's like-
parts. Hey? There's never the struggles.
The end.
Yeah.
That pisses. I've read a lot of
Cool.
rock autobiographies, and it's always like, yeah, we just started doing some gigs, and then someone noticed, and it's like, okay, well, what about the fucking in between? Yeah, I want to keep talking about this for a second. The Anthony Kiedis book, Scar Tissue, never
Yeah.
once mentions the fucking hours he would have spent in the gym to look the fucking way he does, while still being a full-time
it's all
heroin
heroin.
addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin will make you look great.
Yeah, there's no mention of
I
that.
will.
Yeah. Kirk
Probably trying to lose
Kirk
weight.
Hammett's worth $200 million.
Oh, sorry, we're talking
Lars
about
is
this.
worth $350 million.
Hmm.
And Jason Newsted is worth $60 million.
Um,
Not too shabby.
funny. Go back
It's-
to the.
I just because it's so
He's
much
been out of the
money.
band
When
for
you
like-
said 60 million, I was like, "Fucking loser!" He's
Yeah,
only got 60
yeah. What are you doing
He's
with
been
your
out of the
life?
band for like 22 years now, I think, or something.
He only played on 4
Yeah,
albums.
that's making out all right. I think he made the best.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And he doesn't have to like deal with those other guys anymore.
Does he appear in the masterclass? He gets one lecture of like, "All right, so here's
Cut
what
and
you
run.
do: you fucking get
Cut
out."
and run
Yeah,
101.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take your
100%.
60 and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that masterclass, by the way, so I'll give you an update on,
All right.
on how it goes. And
Please do that.
let you know what
Okay.
it takes.
All right.
for the band.
Let's rate this shit.
Motherfuckers, this is it. Now it's time to rate this shit.
What are we going to rate it out of? Grains of sand?
Yes.
One or all?
10. Yeah, 10 grains of sand.
So-
They've lodged themselves under your eyelid, and it's just fucking so annoying.
Lodged
You just
themselves
throw
under your
yourself off the
pillow.
top of throw yourself off the top of a building and die. One grain of sand, but it just sort of blows past your face. And you're like, oh, what was that? Oh, it was a grain of sand. Bye.
But it gets caught in
Who
your dick
knows?
hole.
Yeah. 1, you love it. 10, you fucking hate it and want to die. What do you give this out of 10, Mad Dog?
Well, being 2021, this is like Nirvana. I always felt like I had to pretend that I liked Metallica,
Yeah.
but I fucking hate them. They're so I've never liked them. They're shit house, and this is a 9 for me
Well, what's stopping you jumping over?
because
He's afraid of the Crazy Frog siren.
Frightens
I
him.
guess the riff. I don't mind the riff in this,
Yeah, it's
but
pretty sick.
just the whole Metallica vibe, like Colley said, the fucking 90s kind of Mankini, WWE, body slam. It's the whole thing.
All I can
So,
think about right now is say
WrestleMania
your prayers,
92.
little one. Be afraid, crazy frog.
All right, a 9. What do you give it, Southern?
Definitely not the best Metallica song, like a lot of people would probably say. But I can't be mad at this song, man. Like, as cliche as it is, for a million reasons, it did do a lot for like heavy music in general. did probably more than any song ever. So I'm going to give it a Crazy Frog 4.
Well, there you go. Bevo.
Yeah, it's a 0. Come on. It's
Oh, get
Come
on.
on.
This is like ground zero for me of being interested in music, so I can't
He's
give it any more
been
or less.
fucking fully erect for the last
Pretty much.
Collie, what do you give it, mate?
I give it one eye open. I fucking adore this song.
Love
It is, as I said, this is the funniest song that anyone has ever written. It has the most earnest emotion. It reminds me of like I had a kid come up to me in like roll call in high school, and you know how like you find out about these bands when someone at the schoolyard is like, "Hey, you got to listen to this." And he came up to me and went, "One is the most emotional song ever written." I was like, fuck yeah, man. Fuck
All right,
yeah.
I'm in.
So this gives me the same vibe. It is the most earnest music on earth, and fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
all right. I like Metallica. Sort of. Yeah. I'll give it a 7.
Right. That's a sort of.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. I'm not one for lengthy music. Like, get to the point.
Nah.
There's a lot of fat.
I reckon
to
if
be
you
trimmed.
happen to stumble into a Metallica concert, though, this would be like, even if you weren't into it,
I've seen Metallica.
it's still a highlight
Yeah.
of the night.
Yeah, it was fucking
And
rad.
You have to understand, this is music made to fill the silence when you're stuck in your car with your sister's boyfriend.
I think that's the sticker they put on the CD.
Instead of the warning explicit lyrics, it's just like a little music made for your car ride with your sister's boyfriend.
Sister's boyfriend. That's very specific.
It's based on true events.
I bet. All right. Thanks heaps for doing it, Collie. Appreciate it, mate. Do you want to plug
Anytime.
away anything?
Yeah, I'm actually launching a show called The Collie Problem. So go find that on things. It's about 5 hours of chatting about shit.
Oh,
Other than that, go watch Gruen or something. Turn on the ABC at 8:30 Wednesday. There'll be something on.
Just chuck it on 8:30 pretty much any night. You may have been involved with it.
Do you know what? Just pay your taxes and it'll get back to me.
No
Until they
deal.
cut it. Until they slash it entirely.
All right. Thanks, fellas. Everyone else, get fucked.
Yep.
Ring a ding ding, a ding a ding. You're a. Hi everyone, it's Dan here from 1001 Songs That Make You Want to Die. I'm here today to let you know that our podcast is now available on Patreon. That's right, for as little as $2 a month, you can now support this podcast rather than listen to it for free, effectively stealing the food out of the mouths of our starving children. There's one of them now. So why not join us on Patreon? You get bonus stuff each month, and you can even be a guest on the podcast if you want. Now, doesn't that sound better than making our poor children starve? Oh, kids are great, aren't they? Anyway, on with today's episode.